The one thing I can say I have loved my entire life is books. Some are brand new with crisp pages that have never been read, while others are slightly torn along the edges with yellowed pages and that old book smell. My books stand like trophies on my bookshelves. Cinderella, the first book that I received as a gift from my first grade teacher. The Giver, the first book that made me feel something within myself at 6th grade. And my latest prize, the library edition of A Farewell to Arms, which continues to make me feel something new every time that I read it. These trophies, and the rest of my books, aren't something that I share readily. But ever since I was a little girl, I knew that the man I would spend the rest of my life with would have to be a reader, and with him I could share my books. I used to go to the library every 2 weeks with my best friend, Griselle. I'd walk up and down the aisles, head tilted, trying to find my next gem. We'd lose ourselves in those aisles and find each other with stacks of books. Then we would sit down together, read the reviews, skim through the first chapter, and make our final decisions. But even though I loved going to the library, I wanted my own shelves full of books at home. So I began to buy books. Lots of them. To save us trips to the library, I let Griselle borrow my books. When I stopped receiving them back, however, is when I encouraged our visits to the library to resume. I was certain that I would be unable to let anyone else borrow my prized books after that. And I even questioned my girlish fantasy of being able to share my books with the one. But then I met you. I first thought we met accidentally, so as assurance I asked Liz about you. She smiled, and all she said was, "Steve loves reading." We immediately let each other into our worlds through books. And so we began this chapter 1 of our life together. Now I know that you are the one who I knew as a little girl I would eventually meet. You have finally entered my life, and now we can share our books and build our library together.